can see something great's been created. This is what the NCTI is trying to create. And I believe it's possible because I've met highly skilled individuals who just don't have the opportunity. Various areas of software development, mobile phone applications. We all have a mobile phone device, don't we? Yeah? Some of us probably have over 100 apps. We probably don't use them all, but there's an app for everything. As the slogan goes, I have an app for that. Okay? That's where the world is going. People want information in their hand. You don't want to have to run back to the office and type something in the computer. You want to be able to get the information in real time. Create companies that can create these apps locally and see where you can go globally. E-commerce solutions, very important. To trade with the world, you don't have to go overseas to trade with the world. You can trade from your house if you know how to. To do that, you have to create an e-commerce platform. We want to give the skills to individuals where they can create these platforms, and Svgnctians as a whole can buy into it. Medical coding. One of the things we're doing here, there's actually a medical coding company. I don't know if anybody really knows much about medical coding, but we're trying to forge links. We're actually in the process of doing that to establish that. We're trying to create capacity, job opportunities through medical coding. Medical coding takes place in America, and it's big over there. There's a medical coding branch here now. We want to create opportunities for people to learn medical coding and also get employment. It will be one of the biggest in the regions because it's one of the first. If you want to get a chance, I don't know if the lady Zara's here, Zara De Freitas, but her company, SVG Medical Coding, is actually here, and she's a prominent figure trying to push this opportunity through. So, over the months, you will see promotions and advertisements about this course. Cyberspace security. There's no point creating a platform that utilizes the web and we don't understand the protocols to secure and safeguard what's crucial to us, information. Because of the whole cyberspace arena, it's a very dangerous area to be in if you do not know what you're doing. Okay? It's surprisingly enough, I've been in here, I've even been in the bank and stood in the queue, and I heard someone shout out their PIN number to somebody else to draw money out for them. Now, from where I come from in the UK, that would never happen. You know, but it's all part of being aware. This is why we're having evenings like this. We need to create the awareness because we're moving to a stage where we'll be applying a lot of these technologies here. We will provide training in that. And a big part, diplomas in business and IT. Now, Mr. Sutherland will be speaking a lot more about that and our accredited programs that will go with that. Because, like I said before, we're creating programs that meet your needs, but we believe the accreditation is critical to it as well. Because you want certificates that are not only recognized regionally, you want them to be recognized globally, which will allow you to attend any other further institution. Secondly, we're also trying to bridge that gap where there are going to be individuals who want to attend the short courses, like medical coding, cyber security, you know, e-commerce, so that they can take their careers forward. But there are also going to be those who want to do degrees. How do you get onto a degree program? Now, I don't want anyone to be really feeling that, oh, we have the community college, they're doing degree programs, so why are you doing the same? It's not about competition, it's about variety and choice. As well as we are working alongside with the community college so that there might be modules that we have covered that will be accredited to your institution of learning, whether it's in the community college or with us. You see? So it's about working together, because I believe the more we work together, the more we can achieve. Instead of the diversity where somebody's doing something in the cul-de-sac and somebody's doing the same thing in the other cul-de-sac, and both people are getting nowhere. We don't want that to be happening. So it's about working together. E-Business Incubator Program. Now, firstly, does anybody really know what an e-business incubator is? Has anybody heard of an incubator program before? Yes? Okay. Now, we have, I believe in the past this has been done before, but it takes a lot of funding to take this sort of initiatives forward. Okay? What we're doing, we will need funding as well, by all means. But what we're also doing is, we have different strategies we're trying to apply and feed into this program. If we're training persons in creating their skill sets, we want to also create the opportunities for them to start gaining experience and employment. Not so? This is why we've developed an incubator program. The main aim, just pop back up. Yeah, the main aim of the incubator program is to create and harness innovation and entrepreneurism. We want to encourage people who have got great ideas, and Vincentians have great ideas. Unfortunately, we don't have opportunities to exercise those ideas. So those ideas go by year in and year out. Nothing happens. We actually want to try now and harness those great ideas. Let our Vincentian people be pioneers in what they can do best. We want to provide innovative businesses and new businesses with support in developing their brand and their product. Now, if we talk about existing businesses, there are a lot of businesses out there who've been trading and doing the same thing year in and year out, but not really making much profit. I'm sure we all know businesses like that. In fact, you may even say to yourself, how do they even stay in business? Now, we actually want to visit these businesses and get them to enroll on a business re-engineering program, which will show them how to market their products, how to do their accounts properly, how to make the most of what product they have. These things are very important because understanding your market, your target market, if you don't understand your target market, you can't market your goods. If you can't market your goods, you can't make a profit. So we want to help and enable persons to be able to do these. Small businesses, medium-sized businesses. Okay? They always say knowledge is power. And there's nothing wrong with learning something new. Okay? So how would we do all of this? We plan to forge links with experts in the industry to deliver business services. Just like the CED. CED is a Center of Enterprise Development. They do training, they do business training. They provide services like that. But not everybody taps into it. What a better way for us to gain more coverage by partnering with them. Let them come in and try and deliver these business services because they're the experts. NCTI has been doing training in ICT, but we're not the experts in those areas. And I believe you should use the experts that you do have. You know, if you needed legal advice, you wouldn't go to a farmer. You go to a lawyer. And that's what NCTI is doing. And by also creating these links and partnerships, we begin to grow, not just NCTI, but as a nation we begin to grow, because there's a wealth of avenues to obtain knowledge and support. Okay? We also plan to have partnerships with global companies seeking to come into the Caribbean region. Do you know there are companies watching at the moment? Why? Because you have, if you're in business, you have to be aware of what's going on globally. Okay? The big companies are aware of the atrocities happening in the Middle East or in Asia. They're looking at the Caribbean market, but they don't know how to enter, one, because there's a skill shortage, two, they don't know what area they're really getting into. if we now have created a platform or established a link or connection with these companies where we have skilled persons coming out and can form alliances with these businesses, don't you think they're going to come here in their droves, wanting to partner with us? And this is what we will be doing. Negotiations are on the way. And the biggest part of all, loans and grants like the one from the World Bank. Now, we are on the verge of signing an agreement with the World Bank. The World Bank is going to pump a lot of money as a loan. But the idea is to take our innovative and ICT levels to the next stage. They've devised a 4-year program through negotiations with the government and the World Bank. And NCTI is seeking to benefit from that. There'll be money set aside for the incubation program. So persons would have their business ideas. They will have to sit before a steering committee, because it's not everybody that says they have a business idea is going to be successful. So you need experts in that area to sit down and advise to say whether they think your business is sustainable, because that's the idea of going into business. You want to make a profit. You want it to be sustainable. You don't want it to shut down after 6 months. So there has to be a process of assessment that will take place. Part of the money will be for training. These advanced training will support our initiatives and are very crucial and critical to what we need to do. So they will be enabling us to have money. Persons will be able to get money to be on the advanced courses, the diploma courses, the medical coding, the software development, the mobile phone application development courses. That's over a 4-year period. Now you may ask, what will happen after 4 years? It will go back to the point before. We should have established links with these companies. We also believe that the private sector companies that are here will see something great coming, make donations, take on interns. That will just help the development of what we're trying to do. This is not just about NCTI. This is about NCTI making a difference and a contribution to a growing economy. People always talk about Jamaica because it's so big. But if it didn't take individuals in Jamaica to come up with ideas and do something, Jamaica won't be as big as it is in terms of power within the IT or the ICT industry. We can do the same here. We're not going to be the global power. You're not going to see skyscrapers, because our terrain is not like that. And I must say, this country is very beautiful the way it is. But what we would have, we will have the professionalism, we will have businesses that are doing very well and are going places, and we will have a high skill-based population. And I believe it or not, I'm sure the other islands will be jealous of that. So, we've talked to the general about what NCTI is doing, but what are we also doing locally? Well, I like to call this little area giving back to the community. We are doing some stuff in the community as well. We have a Poeta program and a Ghana program that targets the 16 to 35 age group. We know what some 16-year-olds are like. I don't think there are any 16-year-olds in here. No, he's older than that. And at that age, sometimes you don't know whether you're coming or you're going, or what you're expecting to do in life. And sometimes it just needs somebody who can sit with you and give you a little career advice and show you where you can get help and support. That's why we target these programs. And that program actually teaches you introduction to computers. It teaches you how to prepare your CV, basically job readiness. I've come across some CV applications since I've been working at NCTI, and it's unbelievable, how it's written. And unfortunately, it's because persons have never been through a process where they've been shown how to make an application for a job. We may sit here and think it's a basic thing, but for a young person coming up, if they've not been shown, it's really daunting and it's challenging. They've never been in a real interview situation. They don't know how to dress. They don't know what questions they should ask. And these things are very important for us to move forward. We have a little summer program, so we're not leaving everybody out. There's a little summer program for the 6 to 9-year-olds. You know, I'm sure parents are happy to get them out of the house. But we take the headache. Next one. We devised also a training program. We all know about the government's one laptop per child program. Well, we try to go a step further. A child comes home with these netbooks. And basically, as a parent, if you haven't been through the whole ICT transformation, you can get left behind. So we've created a program that introduces parents to what the netbook's about, you know, and what the kids will be doing with it, just so that the parents are aware. And those training programs take place through the adult education at the learning resource centers. We also had a little program, some of the summer programs we do with Glad Tidings Tabernacle Church. It's just a little summer skills program, just to, you know, teach the kids basic ICT, you know, get them to play around with the computer. Because when they start early, you've all seen it, some of these kids have more skills than I could say I had at that age in computing, you know, and that's because they play around with stuff, they investigate. So we create the opportunity for them to do so, and they're learning. So all I have now is some pictures to show some of our graduates. This was one of our QuickBooks class. You know, interestingly, how many persons here have been through QuickBooks training? Ah, well, that's very good to know. Please leave your name at the door and we'll contact you. This was our Poeta group receiving their awards certificates. Another one. Some pictures of our summer classes, some of the young kids. And they also get a little certificate. Everybody feels good when they receive something at the end of doing something. And this is why we say certification is very important, but not just an ordinary certificate, a certificate that is recognized globally. Yeah. So I'm asking you to be part of something great that's going to happen in SVG, because I think we all can benefit from this. I want to thank you for being a captivating and an attentive audience. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for inviting me to this to say a few words at this